So we've got two T sides. They're all just sticking. It's going to be really big from Tapson. Has to come through, but only good for one now. They're rotating back in from Catwalk. Sen has kept an eye out and seen that there's no one coming in towards that B bomb set. The retake is on. Gulito, lining up the flashbang. As they start to peek out, Keto's already found Synopsy in the back lines. It's everyone else to be jumping in. Surson on the bomb side, taking heads, but Gulito to respond. I'm going to be tripping over that one for a while, seemingly. GXX, though, big frag, and Gulito, the one with the kit, he's got a 1v1 to try and clutch out. Tizian jumps up, reveals himself from this side, comes in. Are all signs of a potential that exists. Keto, meanwhile, oh, that's such a nice Molotov as well. This was innovated by OG initially. Alexa B was the one who came up with this. The Molotov only lands on the right side. It lulls the opponents into a falser sense of security. It doesn't work against the top teams as much anymore, but you can see Blink perhaps a little bit on edge as well. The shot from GXX, though, the patience allows him to wait for the second man, and that's where he actually pulls a trigger. Still a 4v4 because of it.
That fight towards long is pivotal. The boost and the elevation there from Tizian will give him the edge, and
then your only major risk comes through from long. Because you've already cleared that out, Tizian just has to wait for maybe a flank coming through. Gulito had a pretty good game so far, but vetting long is going to be incredibly crucial if they'd like to take this round away. Yet to get around. And oh, I love that smoke to come through as well. But in the back line, into one flat throw, good for one. Sneaky does it. Now there is a second player coming in from the side. He's not prepared. Tapson comes back from long to eliminate one, and Synopsy down in mid might be put underneath a huge amount of duress. They do not have flashes to spare, though. And that means that they don't feel comfortable walking in, and Synopsy can take the blind peek. Now, moves back towards that B bomb site. This is where GXX is lining up the flashes to allow them to peek out. Center is ready. Center finds the first, turns around for another, and this leaves Tizian alone in a 1-on-3. Long range duel will be one to find a chance, but
seconds.
with the clock ticking away, that chance is not a big one. Tizian successfully throws the jail smoke all the way from Xbox. That's so nice to see, but unfortunately for them, they have the information. GXX backs off. No, you're right. The timing's not great, but his shot sure as hell is. Sirson caught refrag in time, and as he's retreating back to try and reconvene from short, he'll have to face off against Tizian to do it. One Flatcher and company will maybe be helping him out. Synopsis around the corner, a Molotov to keep them at bay for a while. Tizian has bought some time, and that should be the bomb plant, but all the CTs are converging in a short.
Oh, Tizian tried to take the fight, but they're going to move on in. Trades galore back and forth. Blink will have a numbers advantage to work off of. Still no utility, no kit either for this team. Smoke that has been recovered. Another one en route.
It's a full Vanguard re-execute onto the bomb site by Sirson. He's ready to respond, but not twice over. Only good for one, leaving Keto in the clutch. He's waiting for the push to come through.
Suspect
from
he's here.
The side. He's got the first, looks for two, and he'll make it happen. Keto pulls it all off after what looked like the perfect retake. And look, one thing that we also have to really address is the fact that oh, actually, hold that. Man, I'm loving this. So many new ways of throwing the same smokes that I know about. This is great to see. And now they're starting to move into it. Keto has found himself the first. Zantara's actually the one to get the initial entry. Surprisingly, for a second, the only player nearby is Juan Flatcher, who's really not had a good game so far, despite all my hype. He's 3-8. GXX has been the main man for the team so far. Now might be able to find another one. Tizian moving in from the side has been spotted out. Should be brought down, but that frag was nasty.
And still not holding on to the open some of the rounds, right? So, well, Big are picking up the pace in this one, and Blink are caught out of position. They're caught with smokes and knives out.
It's also surprising how many times that's happened inside mid that Big just rushes down and Blink aren't expecting it. In the start of the streak, they're insanely good on it. That grenade also pretty good though. Question is, can Synopsy do more? He's traced them down inside the smoke, reloading away, but one Flatcher's caught out now, and that means that Big are changing their direction. Listen, please stop. There are things that rhyme with direction that I don't want to talk about, but Right now, Cersei's just getting more and more done. That Harris will finish it off. Just their utility protocols, all in all, look really polished, really solid all together on the B side. What else if you're getting shots like that through a smoke, Michael? But yeah. Maybe Blink will be able to adjust a little bit more leading in towards the next few weeks, but right now they are looking a little bit outclassed. This time, though, a man advantage, and GXX will maintain it. Keeps it going, but Xantares has been boosted up to find it. The gap in the smoke is used by Tizian, I believe. Might have just been a blind spray. But it's back to a 2v2 from what was started off before. Juan Flatro, though, perfectly positioned to interrupt that bomb plant. Tizian left alone. 1v2 can't get it done. Juan Flatro with a 3k closes out the half. And a pistol round or two.
Just can't catch a break.
Yeah, really can't, can they? Even that nade is going to be pretty chunky, and with a flashbang,
oh my!
Peeking into 4 players. There's nothing to be had. Big running over them. Tizian is running into them. You can't prepare for this by watching a demo, guys. That's just unfortunate reality.
You gonna double up with him on the Xbox? Oh my god! You see him moving in.
I mean, at this point, Biggs is the one. Biggs the one who's
look what
polishing the trophy.
for.
Yeah, this is.
It'll clear it.
Interesting.
Oh no!
3 kills with his name on all of them. That's gonna be it, Michael. There's just no way. I can't sort it out. Gulido, left all alone. A 1-on-5. Maybe some parting gifts to be had, but even those just not working out for him. So fighting back as Saracen can't find the initial shots, and Upsy's been tagged. That goes a bit awry, actually. Xantares, meanwhile, tagged up, and the bomb's already down. It's a 5-on-5 retake. Tito's missing all of his shots, but on the brush side for him, Tito is 2. Now Tito comes in with 3. How do you miss all those shots only to come back with an ungodly play? Now, Synopsy maybe gets something, but the only thing he's getting... Okay. A lot of damage exchange.
Oh yeah, they're just making them uncomfortable right off the bat. This is a gun round.
These nades are doing so much damage. Thanks already lost a player and practically another one between Synopsy and Zeno. How little HP they have. Gulido at least finds one more. There's that to work off of. GXX as well. We've talked about how good his off can be, but that second shot being missed is going to be rectified. Back to a 2v4. Big being forced into a corner, and Tizian not got much of a gun to fight back with, but...
Or less, so 2, 3 bullets at a stretch. More smokes on overpass, which I think was another one that took a long time for people to adopt. Getting off to the first round at the start of this one. Oh, he'll spot him.
Thompson won't even need it. He just chucks one out. That's a nade to follow in. Gulito is so heavily tagged that he's been forced back. Even drops his gun trying to retrieve the op, but now he can't get the gun because the gun's on fire.
Oh my god, he's got a Glock. See if there'll be a bit of composure. Long range fight. Synopsy not getting to grips with it though.
Oh! How did he even get there? What? Did he walk up from... Oh, I didn't look at the minimap for a second, and suddenly...
Me too.
He must have come out from low range and just circled in from behind. They wouldn't have been expecting him. They were so focused in on the catwalk now. On Flatro, he's got another duel. This one he won't be able to win out. It's back to a 3v2. The retake is on, but without... Can they capitalize? Smoke comes out onto the bomb itself. Gulido's on the side, and Xantares has the flick. Surson follows up, and despite a seemingly Houdini moment from Juan Flatro, they can't quite get away with the round.
We departed, Dust 2, but the struggle is still real. Well, and that's going to continue to be the case.
At least they found the trade, but it's been quite a few times where it feels like Thompson's been caught with his pants down, but he turns on and moons them instead. GXX, however, they have actually prioritized running out from catwalk a couple of times. Tizian this time the distance doesn't quite work for him. 2v4. Well, it's quite far away as well.
But But even still, just being separated from the team as a result of the smoke in team main.
Well, Cap changed up their formula quite a bit. They've been relying much more heavily on early utility and just concentrated early peaks. Their aim's been looking slightly sharper than the first few rounds as well. So just a combination of everything getting better, but not when you're facing Caps. To be fair, Nate as well goes through that. Harris has found 2. And now the adjustment from Big is proving to be a little bit too much to work with. Tabson even expects Synopsys' position off the back of the flashes and smokes coming through. Rips him to shreds.
And just nothing working out for Blink in that particular round.
Especially, I feel like the difference is most palpable because it looks like Zentaris has just been turned back to Space Soldiers days. Sursen's been turned on to Sprout mode again. It's just early man lost, but with the flashbang going in and 2 players over towards Ivy, that flashbang was slightly off the mark. It will be dodged for the second one, and Juan Fletcher is able to take away the life of Zentaris. Now, Zender trying to fight back. He's got another one, but it's Vito in the back lines who's making things still even. However, Tisn's the only player left. He's been in this position before, clutching it out in the past. A 1-on-2 now to try and save the day. They're both very low within 1 headshot territory. He doesn't need either of them. Jumps across as well. Knows that he's dropped the bomb. Center left alone, and center will fall. Tizian. Blink aren't out of it as far as the number is. One flat throw. It's making sure that the rest of the team is aware of that. Early Big and the second as well. The flick is needed and Tapson's given time. Keto as well chimes in. So it's still a 3v3. And the bomb's not planted yet. They're looking to push in, but the Molotov keeps the Z-Connector player at bay. Keto instead takes a move, takes a peek, and takes a bullet. A GXX to shut him down. And one Flatzer who's been mollied off will be able to see the Eagle adjusting for Sursen. Sursen can't get it done at the first attempt, and the second is what nets it now. A 1-on-1. The battle of the ops. GXX on the sideline should be able to see him and shut this down, but as Sursen fakes out the defuse, GXX is right there with the P250.
Not all too prepared for this B-site push. They're making their way out, and so these long-range fights going to be taken up.
Oh, center finds himself a quick one on Tizian. Tizian falls, and now Zentaris is the one who's just continuing onwards and outwards. The B-bomb site being pretty threatened, and as the retake is attempted, Galida's hoping to not have the same issues as the first round. One Flatcher, good for 1. Looks for more. Galida to steal that away, leaving Tapson and Keto, who's just now going to be Tamsin, who's already flanking in, coming in from behind, made quite a bit of noise. And Nopsy will be able to turn around in time, and the retake is successful. Oh, Synopsy.
What is he up to?
I mean, quite a bit of damage actually dealt to Tizian, and now Synopsy's position could be really big. Flashbang comes through, but Tizian is not getting any of it. Now we're going to have the first... I mean, this is the first full buy, right, Michael? From Big coming through in all of the first 5 rounds.
Yeah. Brought it close enough to justify these half buys. Like the aggression, though, from Juan. They showed some initiative in this round.
Still, man advantage to the CTs, and so is the time. Working in their favor. Utility non-existent, and they're going to be punished because of it. No flashes to keep GXX at bay. Their smoke can't be refreshed. Tabson's going for the bomb plant, and it will be secure. Don't make any mistake about it. But Sursen needs to find the frags. Not been having the best past 2 rounds, and right now Tabson at least assists for now. Goes for more. Should be 2, but Juan Flaco gets away with barely an HP. Sursen found 1 in the back lines, and the remaining players are so low from the side. Tabson turns around. He's so aware. It should be 3, and indeed it is. All with headshots, no less. You're absolutely right, Michael, but the problem is always that if you've got like 5 or 6 of those in a 20-round game, you can't count them out.
Yeah.
They don't mean nothing. That's generally a structural issue. It's Synopsy, though. No issues with him and his shotguns. He's just going in for more, not needed for now. One flat shoot's come through. He's gone back and he's picked the Galito up. Galito. DK's now found out for him. All the players are falling apart from the Big side, and this is going to be an absolute... You kind of break Big's money over here. I can't believe I'm saying Big so much because of their name. Damn it. Sturson, however, low peeking forward. Galito will catch him. One flat throw to follow. That's going to be a huge upset.
Off angle for Synopsy. They're coming his way. They're not ready for him either. Oh, he might just line up 3 here. It's going to be 2. tabseN trading it back. Get his hands on an AK as well. That's the bomb towards the back holes. Not jumping the gun just yet. They're creeping out A.
That's right, 2'de. Please, that one Flatro, man. Like you said before, he was asked to deliver. Not really there in the first map. Maybe a case of nerves. But suddenly, Big has at least made it competitive in their half-by. It's a 2 versus 3. There's time, and tabseN's got a gun, so you know it's possible. Bombs being faked out, waiting for a push in. One Flatro is not dead yet. No. Dear God, dude.
Oh, and he's running B. And GXX swaps out to the AK. Oh.
GXX. Oh. Big one. Searching for it. Looking all around. tabseN sees him. He jumps up and tabseN's punished him for it. 4 kills to his name. The AK saved, and that's what does it. Dead. Time to fight for main. He doesn't know it, but... Oh, actually, maybe he does know it.
Yeah.
Never mind. And Xantares even heard the footsteps.
That seems like a hard read.
Definitely might be. And with Xantares on the sideline, in such a strong part of the...
Because they wouldn't be expecting the save in a situation like this. Blink back into 13.
Instead, prioritize going in through a main. That's where Golido lies in wait. One Flatru is good for 1. Golido is moving around. He'll connect with another one. Flatru does the same. So big advantage. A 4-on-2, but a CSGO and Xantares showdown brings it back a little bit more in the favor of Big side. CSGO very low. Xantares gets another somehow. And with one Flatru being this slow behind inside the smoke, a flick should do it, but he can't find it despite the damage done. CSGO now on a 1-on-1, sees the player. No, actually.
Spotted him.
It's not going to be visible. The crouch. Sender saves the day. It's going to be 16. They take the... Undoubtedly tier 1 on this map.
Trying to find out. Oh. Battles over B very quickly.
Synopsis left down as well, coming in on the entry pod, got himself 1, making it 2. No, Xantares will recover his aim fast enough, but now blocks it from either side. It's k2de who's given time to come in with another. A 2-on-2 as Senna fights back. The Glock chiming in. He was a little bit slow to come into action the previous few games. This time starting off strong, leaving CSGO in a 1-on-2, who's waiting for them to start peeking out. CSGO trying to adjust his aim, but as Golido swung wide.
Still 1-shot. Headshot territory for all the guns, so it's about the same.
Oh, keep an eye out on TSGN. They're jumping straight onto him, trying to get the vertical angle to work out. He's been given time to pick up the Mac 10, but he can't find anything with it. Instead, it's Xantares to a smoke, but only temporarily keeping himself alive. Golido going for the bomb one. A deagle opposite him forces him off of it. k2de and CSGO somehow chime in, leaving Synopsial a 1-on-2. He's been so good, but without the HP, peeks out using a Mac 10.
Everything's out of ammo.
Weapon. He's all but gone, and CSGO will deliver. Given a chance to move back onto the top of connector, a smoke at his feet will allow at least that, but in the meanwhile, GXX is maybe even... Oh my
dear.
God.
That's not fair.
It really is. Who do you write a letter of complaint to that for?
Oh, step made at ramp as well, so k2de finds the timing. Get his hands on an AK. Failed a little deeper than he may have thought, but still able to navigate away with it. It's one of the new ones as well.
Oh.
But this is... While it is a new car smell, he's not quite able to drive it to the finish line. It's the rest of the team.
I think he might have just seen it, but CSGO's got the angle advantage. Surely not. Surely not. Maybe just the barrel of the gun. No, he hasn't been spotted. Now CSGO's even got a second on the fadeaway.
Oh! Okay, never mind. I take it all back. GXX pre-aiming the angle. Reads into it perfectly. So it's a 3-on-3. They crack the bomb site.
That's huge. And now k2de's trying to come in with the Molotov at his feet. It's still a trade. 1-for-1. Not the way it's hot, but Golido even finds out tabseN with those flashes. It seems like this round might be... it might be difficult regardless, though. Molotov or smoke can come through. He'll do what he can, but Xantares decides to just move back and He'll lose his gun. I mean, that's a lot of indecision coming through there, Michael. And unlike Keto, who is...
Again, more aggression being thrown in for Big and Keto. The off angle, the elevation, Synopsis dropped.
What to do, what to do.
The nade does so much. The boost on over, it could have found something, but Saracen's position is good for another. That's the bomb spotted. They know what's up.
GXX as well, faking out the peak. Saracen, though, trying to do the same by readjusting. However, GXX is just a little bit faster. Now they're trying to converge onto the player down mid. They have an idea of where his one flat through is. If they shut him down, it becomes a much easier round. Good nade. That's going to be all they need. That leaves GXX a very lonely boy. Trying to peek in from a main. There's players all around him now as he trails backwards. It's once again deals the stairs. This time, Keto just wrecks him. Yeah. Trying, of course, a bit of a glitch in the map, and GXX is helping and bring in a few more bugs in the system, but Zantares is taking him and another with him. The 4 center finally finds the trade. The equalizer is, of course, going to be Zantares.
You hear the steps of Tizian?
Ooh. That's very aggressive. In the back lines from apartments. That's a bomb as well. That's the furthest back. Surson will be peeking out. Shows himself, and the bomb is dropped. Now, it is in a position where they can recover it. That is for sure. But they don't know that exactly. Smoke comes out. Surson's going to be peeking through as well, but the bomb has now been dropped. It's being planted. Synopsis should have it, and he's gone for a safer plant. The Molotov will not disturb him. It's planted for market. That's where Gulido is. He's got a molly as well, Michael. It's so difficult without the smokes. Keto and Surson walking through. Surson does mask the sound of him dropping down, so they might not expect it, but Synopsis, the shot's been missed, and Gulido will punish. Keto left alone. A 1-on-2. Peeks out, and he can't get the shots.
And the money, like you had mentioned, not there for Big. Fast play in at A, and the entry is good, but Zantares there to trade. He's doubled up.
Synopsis still on the site, but Tizian there somehow on time. They can recover some of these weapons. It'll be back to a 3v2, a very difficult one at that, because remember, GXX has an op, so the lack of armor versus him isn't a big deal. Realistically, there's only one major duel to win, and that's against Gulido, who hasn't been seen. Might have been a key timing miss. Tabson now, though, has noticed him. GXX finds one over towards stairs. There's Molotovs available from Big, but they will not be using them. Tabson forced to peek. He finds one on the drive-by, make it 2.
Only to kind of weasel back and forth through smokes. That was all over the shop. But a very competitive round nonetheless. Still it goes askew, and Tabson just leaning into that flash play in from middle. Lay on the smoke. He's going for more.
Get it too. The smoke is isolating, but Senna's got the frag. Nate's gonna be good as always, seemingly. The Paris, though, will shut up when GXX beats him like that. They've been really good at trading against Antares. Be going down. Synopsis so prepared. Hasn't tried this once before, and they can't stop falling apart around the bomb sites. He misses his jump. He's got no chance anyway, but okay. Come on, Keto. At least his style points guaranteed, and he's made some noise. Gulido will be screaming out, making some noise as well. Synopsis tucked away behind the bench. The second player over in apartments will be flushed out by the Molotov. The Molly forces GXX forward. It's an isolated duel, and Keto plays it perfectly right up to the point.
Topside connector. Gonna deny enough information regardless, and oh my goodness, that is stylish from Gulido. A fadeaway on the shot, and the smoke immediately deployed.
Oh, he's going for another one, but he can't quite connect. Tizian uses the high
haven't cleared.
And does the same. One flash will interrupt for now, and goes for 2. The third evades. Still, CT's not quite aware that Tabson's is close, and as he peeks in slowly, Center will at least refrag. Tizian, he's got 2 so far, needs to make it 3. Almost plays it perfectly, but now Tizian is running back. He's given out sound cues. He might be expecting that Senna's move back towards the A-bomb site. It's going to be easy for him. What an outplay. Double Molotov into A main to get control. That's a new one. I don't think I've seen that before. It's just so much utility expended, but Tizian,
it's a big kill.
Yeah, massive. Leaves B side completely open, and they'll be forced to rotate as well. Tizian's even gone for a smoke that lands on the bomb site itself, so they've got quite a bit of control, but Juan Placho and Center have found a lot of damage, so they keep it even Steven. It's giving Synopsy time to rotate back. Synopsy still fighting away, bombs being planted. He needs to spray inside the smoke, but he thought it was just for default. Tabson's moved back and might be able to find the timing right around the corner. Indeed, he has. Center and GXX, the only players left.
And they're just able to collapse on that bomb site immediately. That is as bad as it could have been, really, for Blink. The AWP being isolated, this is not good.
Oh, GXX misses a shot as well. He tried to trace it, but at least a repeat delivers. However, not next time over. Keto is ready. He's sharp, he's deadly. Synopsy, meanwhile, has a smoke leading his way forward as he does creep in, but he's spotted and tagged and bagged and fragged and other things.
Oh, dear.
Capson, though, he's not done yet. Just completely destroying them.
No, they're not really checking for it. Surely not. Oh my god, no. I mean, this can't happen.
He doesn't have a kid.
I mean, is there not one somewhere?
No,
I mean, all of his teammates
no.
are, yeah, I'm also really keeping track.
He's just having an AWP, I think. At least trying. Keto, though, should be able to locate him. And yeah, he's dead.
Just waiting to see if there's a reaction here from Blink, and they haven't moved off their setup. Fancy to peek, and Big's gonna punish. Keto finding that pick and now pressuring in towards mid. Now the Molotovs and the utility sail towards B.
Smoke comes out, it's time to execute. There's a player over on short. It's Juan Placho, but he might be the only player left to defend. A nade to at least start, but right behind him comes Keto, who's brought down Sirson, the only one to get a frag, but it's Antares to lead onto the bomb site. Makes it easier. Although Juan Placho was still alive and kicking, he was just...
Talk about the structure so much for this big team.
That's interesting. GXX has just leapt through, found one.
Okay.
Juan Placho gets another one. Now they're also creeping over towards the B-bomb site, where Antares has found one, but that's all he'll have. Sirson and Tizian trying to get the bomb planted. Sirson to defend it. Molotov not quite pulled out yet. He's more worried, and for good reason. There's two players inside market, but now has to prioritize short. That's where Synopsy lies in wait. Synopsy shows himself off, and Sirson's making sure he's isolated from the second peak on short. Tizian's being brought down, though, and then M4 forcing out from the Molotov, and Sirson, despite the blind shot, can't quite get it. It looked like a lineup for a second, but Blink, with the first two kills going their way and making sure that Antares is mitigated on the bomb site, they do end up getting out another round.
Yeah, I got really nervous that they were going to line up there, and it would suddenly just heavens open up there for Sirson. Not to be in that particular moment, but yeah, Blink, they'll stay alive a little longer. Now that streak needed is 6 more. I just do think that they kind of threw caution to the wind in a round like that, peeking around a lot of these smokes, trying to find these timings, and it works out wonders. Still comes down to 2, so definitely some worries. Some cost-cutting measures have had to be implemented. Like gap around the smoke could be found. Elevation's not going to quite be there, but it could fade, and Juan's going to catch the timing.
Now again, the call's been made over towards B bomb side. They go. That's where Galito had to stop them, but he gets the only kill he needed, which was onto Tizian. Juan Placho trying to rotate back. There's a smoke right behind him as he's moved past, but Sirson will punish that aggression. A 3-on-3, no kit. There's one right on the floor in front of Juan Placho's body, but they're also clustered around, and there's 2 Molotovs, so it's not going to be the easiest scale back onto the bomb site.
He does boost it up
one
too.
thrown out. Keto is ready for them to push through. Zantara is still boxed away in benches, but he can move back as well. It's all going to come down to whether or not Sirson turns around in time, and it seems like the call's been made. He knows where they're coming from. GXX should be visible to him sooner rather than later. And although the smoke attempt is made, Sirson's still in 1v2. Zantaris goes down. Sirson finds the first one. It's all planted for him. He's pushing through. Synopsy, he's not got the time, and Sirson gets it done with half a second left on the clock. He will clean up, and that'll be the round and the match for Big.